So, in factory, here we go. Day 16, day 11. This is the factory. It's pitch black. I'm not gonna get anywhere without a light. All leads here. This is where the best luck thieves were hiding out. And where Hans Rickman was killed. Professor Gordon? What's he doing here? This feeling. Ooh. Another vision. This is where it all happened. I now know the truth about how Hans Rickman was killed. This place is too dark and the power's off. It's like time stood still all these years. Okay, well... There's a door, there's that thing over there, this garage door. There's something sparkly. I sense something. How can I get in there? Something's shining here in my vision. This metal grating won't budge. How do I get that shiny object out of there? I can't remove the grating, I'll have to cut through it. There's a door. Door's closed tightly. This garage door is open. It must be a receiving bay. The shutter's old and worn. Where's the switch? Right here. This is for the shutter. I wonder if it still works. The switch closes and opens and closes the shutter. There's something. What is this, a Kenshin burner? Maybe I can cut through the middle grating on the gutter with this. Alright, good. What is this? There's a gear on the wall. What's in here? Is this a generator room? Might as well take a look inside. Yeah, looks like it. I wonder how long it's been since its engine was running. I wonder it wouldn't move when I started up the engine. Oh, a lever. This large gear-operated system's not working. I guess gears were used to adjust the power from the generator. Yeah, that one is different. Is that anything? No. Electrical panel. Must spend for this factory must spend for healthy industries. There's a gas filled. There's a fuel tank here. Is there any gas in it? It is heavy, it's filled with gas. What's with this door? Door's shut tightly. What is this? Electrical fan has been used in years. Well, first of all, I guess, let's see if we can't get into this. This grate. I can burn through this frame with the kitchen burner. Or should I start cutting? I cut through one spot. What next? It's only enough for 3 spots. Right. Right here, right here, right here. I need to burn these 3 spots? Not working. Well, try it again then. This spot. Or maybe not. This spot. This spot. And this spot? Need to burn these 3 spots? There. I just tap it and the gutter should open up. There we go. Come on, get out of there. You got a rusty pin. I pulled it off, but what's this? A badge? Oh, a struggle. The badge must have fell in the gutter during the struggle. Oh, what is this? There's a bullet hole in the ground and... what is this, a grate? Trash was just left here. Vision showed me some bullet holes under this. Yeah, what's with this? Sent something. You're not gonna... pile of garbage. Gotta clean these up to see the floor. Bullet holes. Oh. Yeah, that's the ultimate murder, I guess. Looked like that might have been Sam? Or Duke, maybe? Ant was the one to get shot. We have this over here, which I assume we need to close. Okay, hold on. Okay. There's still this gear out there. Would you use that? No. Have I touched this door yet? It's closed. I guess I have. Or I didn't, but you can't go in anyway, so it's fine. Thanks, fuel tank for a generator. Can I... Oh yeah. Put the fuel in there then. Not the pen. Put the gas in the tank. Put gas in. I got this engine fired up. This thing? There's a shifter attached. Yeah, do it. Please look to the panel here is still usable. Are you gonna turn it on or what? It's a large-scale gear system. Do I turn it on to this thing? Then just connects to a motor. Oh, here we go. Power's on. I should get that shutter closed. Can I turn them? Can I do this now? Looks like no. There's an old dirty switch on the wall. That's odd, the shutter won't close. I got the generator up and running, but the lights are on. Maybe there's no power to running the switch. Well, I guess we have to mess with it then, huh? Engine's running fine, but the whole shutter won't close. Generator's gears aren't moving. Needs a shifter. Yeah. Then... There we go. I should be able to close the shifter. I guess I'll press the on-off switch. I guess I'll go back to the thing. That's gonna make it how it was in the past. What was that? Oh, the gears fell off. Something wrong with the generator. Better look it over. Gear popped off. Gear's broken. I can't use it like this. I guess we gotta find... Oh, we can use that gear outside, maybe? This one? The surgery was part of some old machine. Yeah. Can I put this one in its place? Yeah, can I use this one? Not this. What do you mean, not this? Like, can I touch this? Closed. Trash cans? No trash cans. Oh, what is this? Something on the wall. I don't know what this belt was used for. Bet I could use those gears. Yeah. There we go. Let's go put this belt on the gears then. Belt. Not the gear. The gear was a lie. The belt. Put the belt on. Belt's got these gears moving like it's clockwork. I just better close the shutter. Go ahead and put the switch on. Alright, good. Close this bad boy. Just goes all the way, just like it was in the past. He was holding somebody up and he got attacked. Two guys fighting, who could they be? I've seen everything I need. Now I know what happened 34 years ago. It happened here first. Well, he pointed a gun at somebody. And some guy came at him from behind and made him shoot the floor. And then they scuffled and the pin went flying. And then they killed him. It was Duke. I saw it. I saw it really happened here 34 years ago. And Rickman was working together with the other four. And after he had them steal that money, he was gonna kill them all. But they ended up killing him first. Huh? Who's there? Ah. Hmm? Jay. It's me. Professor. Oh dear, Jay, you look deathly pale. Is everything alright? You're a perfect match. Jay. What are you talking about? With him. One you killed here 34 years ago. You look just like him. That's funny. I never realized how much Dad and I looked alike. That's right, Jay. Hans Rickman, the man killed here 34 years ago, was my father. Professor. I was waiting for you, Jay. I knew you'd come. I've been observing you very closely. Watching you walk around this factory. Working your magic. What? You saw the truth, didn't you, Jay? That remarkable gift of yours, you saw it really happened. Each time we had our talks, I could sense it ever so slightly. I knew about it ever since you went into a coma. Professor Weaver came to me once and told me of your special ability. It's really quite exciting, the ability to see the past. So enlighten me, Jay. I want to hear about everything you saw. Why? What's the point in telling you anything? You should already know what happened back then. Jay. Hans Rickman was killed here 34 years ago. He was murdered by the 4 individuals who pulled off the Baslock incident. It's been kept under wraps for all these years, but you knew all along. And that's why you did it. You carried out those serial killings, which makes you Providence. Don't be foolish. The police investigation should have made it clear to you who the real killer is. It was your boss, Jay. Agent Henry Mills was Providence. That's a lie. He may have done the recent killings. But he was only copying what happened before. He wasn't Providence 19 years ago. You were. And when you found out my boss used the Providence name to commit murder, you planned to pin everything on him. You wanted to make Henry into the killer. That he'd take the fall for what you did 19 years ago. But his cancer killed him before you could act. Did you see that in a vision? A vision of Mills dying in Professor Weaver's home. I saw everything. And you were there, standing by as Henry took his last breath. I see. Henry said something to you before he died. What was it? What was his dying words to you? Amazing. You saw a lot in your vision, didn't you? That's really an impressive gift you have, Jay. And since you've learned that much, I might as well tell you the rest. Henry Mills' dying words were short and sweet. He mumbled them softly just before he expired. Finally, I can see my mother again in heaven. What? Mills' mother's died 19 years ago. He was in charge of the Providence murders, but failed to solve anything. His mother watched as her son was humiliated and criticized. Depression set in, and then suicide. Poor Mills. He could never get over that tragedy. When he was diagnosed with terminal cancer and knew his time was short, he vowed to solve the case that ultimately killed his mother by any means necessary. That's what made him go on this killing spree. Figured that he could lure Providence out and uncover his identity by copying the previous murders. That's crazy. You can't expect me to believe that. Couldn't have been that stupid. He was, Jay. Your boss was a simple-minded, egotistical fool. Everything he did was for his own selfish interest. No one in their right mind would ever think of committing murder just to draw out a criminal. Henry... How could you... Damn it! How does it feel to be betrayed by your own boss, Jay? But look on the bright side. If it weren't for his foolish actions, you would never have found out the truth about what happened 19 years ago. It must feel good after all these painful, lonely years. No. You're right about me, Jay. I am Providence. Even after all these years, you still managed to figure it out. If you were still my student, I'd give you an A+ for sure. But unfortunately, you're not in the classroom anymore. You're a special agent from the FBI. From that point of view, I have to wonder why it took you so long. How should I grade you this time? Enough of this crap. How about I ask you a question for once? Now that you know I'm the killer, how does that make you feel? Furious. It took me 19 years to find out who you really are. That is a long time for you, and also for me. But today, after all this time, Providence will finally be complete what he started. Complete. That's right. You're going to die here, and that'll be my last crime. What are you... Jay? Damn it. Don't move. This is where you die. You'll be blamed for all the recent killings. You bastard. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen you so angry before. Most people show their true character when they're been cornered and are facing their death. At least, that's the impression I had of everyone else I killed. Professor Gordon. Are you still calling me that? Please stop. Now that you're staring down the barrel of my gun, I'm no longer your professor. Call me Edward Rickman. Rickman. It's so refreshing to be called by my real name. But where are my manners? I should use your real name too, shouldn't I? Jonathan Baker. Why did you kill my parents? Do you really want to know? Yes. I can't die until I hear it straight from you. I've known you a long time, so I suppose it's only fair that I grant your final wish. But on one condition. Name it. To complete the perfect crime, I need to confirm a few things. Are you up to answering my questions? Or should I just kill you now and be done with it? Ask away. Alright, question number 1. What tipped you off to this location? I checked the PC in your office. I found some information on the computer in your office. Is that right? She did know then. Did you realize why I decided to leave that information on my PC? Of course. You did it to lure me here. Indeed. If you knew all along, why did you decide to come anyway? To confirm the truth. I wanted to see for myself what really happened 34 years ago. With your gift. Yes. What happened at this factory back then? I thought, if I could only find that out, I would discover the motive behind Providence and his serial murders. I've seen everything now. Even some things you don't know. I very much doubt that. I know every detail, Jay. No, you don't. Is that so? Then tell me, Jay. What are these secret details about that night? Why he was killed. I want to know why Hans Rickman was killed. Why they killed my father. That's an easy one. He came in here alone to arrest those 4 robbers. Maybe a little reckless, but it's certainly brave nonetheless. In the end, those animals brutally murdered him. That's not how it went down. What do you mean? Your father didn't come here 34 years ago to arrest those criminals. Oh, is that right? Then why did he come here, Jay? To meet up with them. Hans Rickman came here that night to meet up with the criminals. Meet up. That's right. Not to arrest them, but to meet up with them. Because Hans himself was the mastermind behind the Basilisk. I can't believe I'm hearing this from you, Jay. How dare you insult my father? You're no different than those ungrateful cops. Trying to make my father out as the villain in all this. It's the truth. It's ridiculous. Hans Rickman was the mastermind behind Basilisk. 34 years ago, your father knew of an armored car full of cash from Basilisk jewelry. He made a plan to steal that money, and hired 4 poor, desperate people to pull it off. Where's your proof? I saw it with my own eyes. Your father met up with the other 4 right here. He wanted to take the money they stole all for himself. But Duke Desmond figured it out and fired first. Those 4 people killed your father that night. That's what you saw then, with your gift. It is. So my father was the mastermind behind Basilisk and wanted all that money for himself. You're making that up. I'm telling the truth. Jay, I don't deny that you have a special power to view the past. But you can't think I'm gullible enough to fall for such a ridiculous story. It's the truth. That's exactly what happened 34 years ago. I won't fall for it, Jay. You expect me to believe that story? Show me some evidence. I have evidence, actually. Yeah. How would I have found this if I didn't see it? Take a look at this badge. Look familiar? I don't believe it. Where did you get that? I used a vision to find it here. It's a remnant of what happened 34 years ago. Tell me more. When Hans Rickman was fighting the other 4, this badge slipped out of his jacket pocket. Dad promised to give me this badge someday. Maybe he was waiting for the right time. Like after he got all the money for himself. But he might not want to believe it, but that's how it really happened. Even if what you're saying is true, why wasn't this ever made public? Buckford PD sealed all information pertaining to this case. Higher-ups on the force didn't want the fact that one of their own was a criminal to leak. So they wouldn't have to take responsibility. Exactly. Well, regardless of whether your version is true or not, it doesn't change the fact that I loved my father very much. It doesn't change the years of hell my mother and I went through after Baslock. The entire world was against us. Jay, I want you to recall something I taught you in criminal psychology. Most atrocious of crimes are often done by an unfeeling psychopath. An unfeeling psychopath is someone who feels no remorse. These people share something significant in their early childhood, Jay. Do you remember what that is? They're most often raised in a dysfunctional family environment. That's right. For the vast majority, that's true. Instead of love and nurturing, they're often victims of parental abuse and neglect. Is that what you went through? Absolutely. My father's death got to my mother. Anxiety, depression. She passed away soon after. I was sent to an orphanage after that. It was horrible. I still can't think about it. My only wish was to someday grow up and live alone. And once that wish had finally come true, I'd already become the affectionless psychopath that I am today. I say a psychopath can commit horrendous crimes without any sense of remorse. That's correct. When I become one myself, I was obsessed with studying the criminal mind. How do you think someone like that would mix with a desire to avenge his dead father? Not too well. I guess that's what led to the Providence murders. That's right. It's really quite a fascinating story, isn't it? And now the circle is about to be completed to bring the Providence murders to a close. But before I kill you, I'd like to grant you one final wish. You're dying to ask me something before I send you to hell, aren't you? So, I'll allow a little time for final questioning. Okay. How did you kill them? How did you kill those 4 people 19 years ago? You'd be surprised how easily the human mind can be manipulated, Jay. How often the opportunity to commit a crime will present itself. I just happened to meet someone in a bar 19 years ago. He was completely drunk and was sprouting out old stories with himself. His name was Lenny Garnett, aka Sam Coolidge. As he was telling me about this past, I soon realized it was the Baslock incident he was talking about. I couldn't believe my luck to be sitting on a bar stool next to this man. He would answer all my questions about Baslock as if it was nothing. He even told me about the people he did it with and how much money they got. He was even stupid enough to tell me they killed a police officer in the process. That's what gave you the idea. Of course, I don't think I would squander the chance of a lifetime of perfect revenge, do you? After that, I began to look into every aspect of the lives of those responsible for Baslock. I thought of the ultimate punishment for those who murdered my father. Drawing up that plan was more fulfilling than you can imagine. I was going for the perfect crime, Jay. The plan was to break them down gradually with threats. And take their lives without getting a drop of blood on my hands. By making them kill each other. Precisely. To remind them of what they did in the past. I sent each one an envelope from Baslock Jewelry. I also sent them all 4 of the dollar bills as a symbol of the cash they stole. Next, I sent them all an Eye of Providence from the dollar bill, which eventually became the signature of the murders. And then came the finishing touch. I sent a threatening letter to them, but signed their names instead of mine. One to Charles from Sam, one to Isabella from Charles, and one to Duke from Isabella. You messed with their heads to make them paranoid enough to kill each other. That's right. Remember, they all knew each other from the crime they had committed. It was easy to stir up panic between them. A few threats was all it took. The manipulation was able to change those feelings of panic into the intent to kill. It was quite a fascinating experiment, really. Experiment? Yes. And the experiment seemed to be working like a charm. 19 years ago, everyone thought that Providence, a psychopathic killer of my invention, murdered those 4 victims in a spate of serial killings. I designed it so that the killer would end up the next victim. Everything went according to plan. The investigators couldn't touch me. No suspect was ever found, and all that remained was fear of Providence. But there was one man. Someone who discovered those killings were the fruit of my experiment. Why didn't you get your revenge by killing them? Didn't you get your revenge by killing those 4 people? Of course I did. But there's an unexpected development. That's what I find thrilling about a life of crime. It was a lot of fun dealing with that unexpected development. Yes, which is why my killing spree didn't end at 4. I had to alter my initial plan as a result. But I was able to observe how a chain of killings unfolds. And you're responsible for that chain. Perhaps I am. Who found out what you did? You said someone found out you were behind the Providence murders. Who was that? Professor Baker. Your father, Jay. No. I had a lot of respect for that man. I learned the fundamentals of criminal psychology from him, and I helped him with his research as well. But there was one thing I couldn't understand about your father. He wouldn't let us do any interesting experiments. Professor Baker's analysis of the criminal mind was solely to suppress potential criminal behavior, or to get criminals arrested. He was so stubborn in that belief of his. Baker was working with the police on the Providence cases, you know. Building a profile of the criminal. His analysis was just too damn accurate for his own good. He knew that Providence was someone's creation. He knew the creator had to be smart enough to keep his hands clean. Someone who excelled in criminal psychology, someone among his peers. So you killed him. Precisely. Your father consulted me before he released his results. Perhaps he wasn't entirely sure who it was at that time. But it really doesn't matter now. You sick bastard. What doesn't matter now? My father might not have had you pegged as the killer. How can you say it doesn't matter? Because it doesn't. My original motive for killing Professor Baker was that he got too close to the truth. But once I decided to kill him, it became about more than just protecting myself. Killing your father gave me a brilliant idea for a fascinating experiment. What kind of experiment did you think up? An experiment? What the hell are you talking about? Growth, child development. How would a child who had witnessed his own parents' slaughter develop? What kind of person would he become? That's insane! You know what I'm talking about now, don't you, Jay? Why you happened to survive that ordeal? And why Danny just vanished? Jay, I killed the Bakers, burned their house to the ground. You were separated from your brother on that day, and you were all alone in the world. I've been observing you very closely since then, watching how you would grow to think about crime in general. How much hatred you'd harbor for your parents' killer. I must say, it's been very entertaining. And look how it turned out. You work for the FBI now. After experiencing such trauma, you actually became a criminal investigator. That's quite a bold decision for the survivor of a serial murder. Don't you see, Jay? Your entire life is a result of my experiment. That special gift of yours to have visions of the past, that too is one of the fruits of my efforts. You're crazy. Maybe I am. But that's all for knowledge of the criminal mind. Edward Rickman. You're not an affectionless psychopath. You're a hedonist. You derive pleasure from killing others. Thank you for that analysis. But in addition to that, I value myself more than reality. I'd say that hedonistic, selfish, exhibitionist psychopath suits me just fine. I've granted your final wish. So it's time to bring this experiment to a close. Wait. What's the matter, Jay? Are you afraid of what's on the other side? How do you expect to pin the murders on me after I'm dead? Don't I have a right to know that I'm about to be killed? The rights of the nearly killed? Fine, if you really want to know. I'll grant you the rights of the nearly killed and explain it all to you. Including the final act of Providence. How do you plan to end Providence? Edward Rickman. What are your plans for the final act of Providence? To keep the truth forever hidden about 19 years ago. I'll make it look as though you were responsible for all of the recent killings. That you were using Henry to do your dirty work. I'll take credit for solving the murders and say that you tried to attack me to keep your name clean. But then, I'll kill you in self-defense for a nice touch. Is that the best you can come up with? You don't like it. So I joined the FBI to avenge my father, who was killed by Providence 19 years ago. But then I finally got so angry I couldn't find the killer. That I got my boss involved to copy the original killings. You really think the FBI is gonna buy that? Why wouldn't they? Because they already know. They already know that the Providence murders are connected to the Baslock incident. If I end up dead in this hideout used by Baslock criminals, it won't matter how good your criminal psychobabble sounds. Think of all the effort that will be poured into investigating the connection between Providence and Baslock. All that work you did to pull off the perfect crime 19 years ago. It'd all be for nothing. Jay. Professor Gordon, if I can call you that one last time. This is very poor planning on your part. That's not like you at all. Not like me at all, is it? That's an awfully bold statement. No point in keeping it in. I'm about to die, right? I'm ashamed of myself, you know that? I looked up to you all these years and considered your advice good as gold. But listening to you now, you're an idiot. What? You heard me. Don't make me say it again. Fine, I'll adjust the script a little. I suppose it has to be airtight. I'll still make you the killer. But you'll get involved a bit differently. I'll have you kill me on the spot, and you really will be guilty of murder. What? And that I'm the son of Hans Rickman from the Vaslock incident. Then you misjudged me as being responsible for the Providence murders. Use Henry to track me down. Since Henry drops dead before he can carry out your plan, you summon me here in an attempt to get me to confess. Then you force me to take my own life. How's that for a grand finale? Won't work. Why not? Because you have to die just to make me the killer. There's no one left to testify that it happened like that. Oh, don't worry about that. I've already written about how I want your life to end in a notebook, which I have entrusted to a colleague. I told him that anything happens to me, he should send that notebook to the police. It contains a complete report of what a dangerous society you are. If law enforcement reads through that notebook, even the FBI will have to conclude you're guilty of murder. Which means no one believes that you have what you have to say. Damn it. I'm fully prepared to die, Jay. But I want to make sure my death is worth something. If you're accused of murder, truth about Providence remains covered up, and the research of a certain Edward Gordon gains worldwide attention. I'd say that's a very worthy death. Wouldn't you agree? Jay. Now this incident is closed. Goodbye, Jonathan. Stop. Freeze. I won't let you die, Gordon. Okay. It's pointless. I guess this is it. But my dear Jonathan, this is only an intermission. The curtain will rise again. March 16th, 2010, 2 a.m. Clockford police arrested Edward Gordon on suspicion of homicide in the Nicholas Baker murder. The CBD task force also arrested Mr. Gordon on suspicion of multiple other homicides. Clockford PD and the FBI released a joint statement regarding Mr. Gordon's arrest. 5 murders committed 19 years ago, known as the Providence murders, are now solved after years in the dark. The day after Gordon's arrest, Jay and Kate wrote a full report of their investigation into the Providence murders. They placed it on their superior's desk for review. Report: Providence murders. Victim number 1, Sam Coolidge, killed February 28th, 1991, in room 315 of Hotel Miranda. Cause of death: blunt force trauma to the head. The murder was carried out by Charles Smith and was instigated by Edward Rickman. Victim 2, Charles Smith, killed March 3rd, 1991, in Grand Park Garage. Cause of death: gunshot wounds. The murder was carried out by Isabella Campbell and was instigated by Edward Rickman. Victim 3, Isabella Campbell, killed on March 5th, 1991, in her own home. Cause of death: strangulation by rope. The murder was carried out by Duke Desmond and was instigated by Edward Rickman. Victim 4, Duke Desmond, killed March 6, 1991, in his office at the Desmond Real Estate Building. Cause of death: gunshot wound. The murder was carried out directly by Edward Rickman. Motive for the killings: revenge for the murder of Hans Rickman in 1976 by the perpetrators of the Baslock incident. Hans Rickman was the father of Edward Rickman, aka Edward Gordon. Victims 5 and 6. Nicholas Baker, Amy Baker, fatally shot in their own home on March 11th, 1991. Killer: Edward Rickman. Motive for killing victims 5 and 6. The victims were close to discovering Edward Rickman's crimes. S.A. J. Weaver, S.A. K. Hathaway. Closed. March 19th, 3 days after the case was solved. do you see the newspaper this morning? Not yet. Hugo's story made the front page. I take favor from Kate. There it is. Truth about 24-year-old case linked to Providence murders revealed. Looks like Hugo got his story in return for his help. Yeah. And I just got a phone call from Marine. I'm invited to dinner. Lay's going too, and hopefully you, right? Jay? Jay? Huh? What is with you? You've been acting strange since Gordon's arrest. Oh. I guess bringing Gordon to justice and solving the Providence murders isn't enough to heal those wounds, huh? They'll never heal. Jay. But that's not the issue. I'm prepared to live with them. It's just... What? Since I heard Gordon confess to killing my parents in that factory, there's someone I can't get out of my mind. Who is it? Danny. Gordon mentioned him that night. He said the reason he didn't kill me and Danny was for his experiment. He said he wanted to observe us as survivors of a killing spree, so he let us live. Jay... You really want to find your brother, don't you? Yeah. Did Gordon mention if he knew where Danny is now? If he knew, why would he tell me? So, where are you gonna start? If I could just find out what really happened on the day he disappeared, I'd have a lead. Well, you can see what happened back then. I guess so. But... You're afraid, aren't you? Maybe I am. But it's time to face my fears and find out what happened. I know you can do it, Jay. Thanks. For the first time in 19 years, I'm standing in front of that house. I wanted to find something, anything that could offer me a clue on where Danny is. Can't count how many times I've dreamt of this house. Then just search the place inside out for anything I can get on Danny. I'm back here again. It's been 19 years. I'm back at our house, which I've only returned to in my dreams. It's not like it was in my dreams. What's different? It's so run down. I wonder if I can call the past by searching the room, like in my dream. Dad always used to sit on this sofa, drinking coffee, and Mom was choosing her favorite records and listening to them. They're always together. Dad, Mom. Hey, that's it. In my dream, I'm always looking for Danny. Danny's shoes, yeah, in the fireplace. I had to find the shoes I hid. It was Danny's birthday. I hid his basketball shoes in the fireplace. It was just a little prank. Why would I do something so stupid? Shoes. Why? The charred remains are in the fireplace. They're badly damaged, but I'm sure they're Danny's. I have to check the truth from the depths of my memory with my own eyes. Ooh. One last time. Vision and memories of the room is in my other sight. That's gonna lead to Danny here. That's right, Dad was really nervous that day. Something about his work? Maybe something in his office. Yeah, the office. Remember correctly, this is the door to Dad's office. This is Dad's office. Mom used to yell at me whenever I played in here. Dad was always working at the desk by the window. The desk is still there. Dad's desk. Dad always used to work at this desk. I feel something. Dad always used to work at this desk. Pulled out the file. Dad was worried. What do you take out of the desk? According to Ed, Dad realized Ed was Providence. Are those documents relating to Ed? The visitor on that day was Ed. Mom showed Dad's work guest here. That charred sofa. It's horrible. I feel something. Dad used to greet sofas on... Dad used to greet guests on this sofa. Not greet sofas on this guest. That doesn't make any sense. There he is. And he shot him. And he shot her too. It's horrible. Ed got nervous with Dad asking so many questions, so Ed shot him. Even Mom when she came running. Ed, I'll never forgive you. That night, the house burned down. What's this? The door leads to the basement. The door of the basement is warped and still has burn marks from the fire. I feel something. Did it bring oil out of the basement? Never seen Mom and Dad's last moments. Danny wasn't there. I have to concentrate and think back to that time. I hear a voice. Danny is calling. His voice. Where's the voice coming from? I collected all the fragments of the past visions. Let's trace things back as they were during the incident of 19 years ago. Truth is about to be revealed. Well, he had the guest. He got the papers out of the thing to show it to him. Then he gave over the files to him. And he killed them both. And he heard something. I was like, they burned this place down now. So I went and got oil. Danny, where are you going? I understand now. The night my parents were killed, I passed out from all the smoke. I was looking for Danny. I came to, he was gone. I had vague memories of all that happened that night. But I saw Gordon take my brother away. Danny, where are you? This has to be great. Hasn't it? I never knew you were such a fun guy. You're actually pretty fun yourself. Lane, you're actually smiling. You didn't even want to come at first. Come on, it's not like... Lane, Marine, I just want to say thanks. Never would have solved the recent killings without you, without the place's help. Feelings mutual, Weaver. You guys did a bang-up job. Well, what the fence, we would have never figured out Providence. Not too shabby for a couple of pencil pushers. Kinda makes me regret some of the things I've said about the FBI. I'll take that as a compliment. Lane, I need to get back soon. Alright, and I'll take you home. I had a great time tonight, you guys. So did I. Good night. How about another drink? Sure, I could use it. Okay. Yeah? Thanks. If you hadn't come to that factory when you did, I would have let Gordon die. When I found out you'd left the hospital, I was desperate to find you. I really didn't plan for it to turn out that way. It all happened so fast, and I ended up shooting Gordon. I'm really not that great of a shot. I guess the adrenaline carried me. I don't want to go through anything like that again, you hear me? So please, don't run off like that without telling me. We're partners, right? Right. Well, I better get home now. Need a ride? No, I'm fine. Just don't drink yourself to death. Kate leaves and I go back to the bar. I have a double whiskey on the rocks. Saved my last drink of the night. The amber liquor burns as it goes down. It's like the depression, fear, everything I've struggled with for the past 19 years. Shay? That voice. No. Gordon might be gone, but there'll be more Providence murders. What? Wait. The end. Guest. Eric Brosick. Or Alex V. Yeah. It's over. And it comes with a cliffhanger for something that will never be followed up on, probably. Because, you know, Kling went out of business after this, so there's no more. No more again, and I don't think it sold particularly well either, so... No sequels ever for this. I mean, you know, though, it was... I think it was their last game? Or... It was one of their last. I think Last Window was actually Kling's last game. But I'm not sure. This was one of their last games, and it won't ever be followed up on, probably. I mean, I'm aware that ex-Kling people went to Arc System Works, and they made a small thing for the 3DS, but that came out, hasn't really gone anywhere either, so I don't know if Kling is going to unofficially have reunions for new games like this. It would be great, though. Games like this, like on the Switch or something? That would be awesome, but will it happen? I don't really think so, to be honest, but hey, who knows? Anyway, yeah, this is over and done with. Special thanks for who? Is it me? No. You're gonna thank actual people. Maybe you'll thank me at the end. No, you're just gonna thank companies and universities, apparently. Developed by Kling Incorporated. Published by Tecmo. Produced by Tecmo. Again. Alright, and it's over. So, I know what my next project is going... Well, I know what my next project is going to be. But, you know, we have some other business to take care of first before we do that. And also there's, you know, other things. But, you know, it'll be in this vein. I can say that. But anyway, now but that's it. You know, again, was pretty good. I mean, got a little, like, you know, it could have been better executed, I think. Like having to go back and forth to all of the people, like, at the end was kind of, you know. But the past vision stuff was interesting, at least. At least that's why I come back to it. Because that's just an interesting concept, you know? Like, Autodusk used it, but it was more point and click. This was more, you know, figure things out. Make it the same and figure what's going on. I think it was good. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, as a commenter did, but it was certainly good. I would put it up there with Hotel Dusk and Last Window. Probably on the latter side of that, but still with it, like, still worth it to see, you know, one of Kling's last games officially. It was good. Anyway, that's about it. I don't have any feelings, really. Now it's time for the YouTube spiel, where I tell you, thank you for watching. And I suspect this will probably be played into the future, as most of the rest of them, like Autodusk, Last Window, all that stuff has been. So if you're watching this in the future, hey, this is past me. Things suck in real life right now. I hope it's better when you watch this. But if not, you know, rip and pasta, I guess. Anyway. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to share it with your friends, you can do that. If you want to follow me on Twitter for video notifications mostly, and sometimes rambling, you could do that if you want, you know. I mean, you can comment, you can say you liked it, or it was good, or you hated it, that too, if you want. I mean, if you're getting this far, like, why are you even watching at this point? Like, if you hated it, you probably would have bowed out a while ago. But hey, I don't know. I ain't the boss of you. I ain't gonna tell you what to watch and then complain about. I don't know. But yeah, just in general, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And be on the lookout for something similar to this sooner or later, after we take care of the bigger business. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you.